What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Star Wars Outlaws yet again. We've gotten a bunch of different news stories for this game over the last couple months, and it continues to kind of stack up wins. And now, obviously, none of it means much until the game releases and we get to play it, and if it's good or bad then, right? But honestly, for the reputation Ubisoft has had and some of their games have had, it's good to pile up these wins and to hear about, those planets being dense, and they're not too big, but they're also not too small, and the Jabba the Hutt stuff, and also just the gameplay that we saw of this game looks rather good, right? So I think there is a lot of excitement for this game. I think there is a little bit of cautiousness, and that's not even, I would honestly argue, this game's fault. It's more of Ubisoft as a company and a reputation issue, not necessarily Star Wars Outlaws. So now in this story that came out yesterday, they actually talked about what the game won't be, and that it won't be too long. Now technically it could still be too long, but the way they answer it makes me feel pretty darn good about it. So what they said is it's absolutely not a 200 or 300 hour epic unfinishable RPG. This is a very focused action RPG that will take people on a ride and is very manageable. It was directly in response to questions about, the lengths of like the last couple Assassin's Creed games, and not even just Assassin's Creed. There's been plenty of games that have released over the last 5 or so years that are too long, that are long, really, in my opinion, they're long for the purpose of being long, not necessarily for the content, right? So now again, a game could be 20 hours long and still be too long if there isn't actual quality there, if there's not meat there. So we won't know for sure until we play it, much like all these other good news things we've gotten for this game. But it's just good to hear that, again, this game does seem more kind of centralized and focused. This game is not going to be, again, we've talked about like the map size of the planets being 2 or 3 different zones of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, things like that, right? Things that have calmed people, that you're not going to be spending 80 hours on each planet. Again, most likely because it wouldn't actually be full. It wouldn't actually be quality content. And now you hear it's not going to be 200 or 300. Now, technically, it could be 100 hours, but I won't nitpick it that much. I feel like this game will hopefully maybe be in that 30 to 50 hour range. I think that's kind of perfect. That's actually where Horizon kind of lies. Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West kind of lie in that range. I think that's perfectly fine. We'll see, because, jumping planets may make them feel kind of fresh. Maybe you can stretch it a little bit longer than that. But again, it's about the quality. But this game has been piling up the wins. The Jabba the Hutt thing was super cool a little while ago. The game looks good. I'm excited for it. And as long as they keep this stuff going, obviously the big make or break things, I think eventually is going to be when people get their hands on it. Up until this point, I do believe nobody's allowed to touch it, right? So they've shown it off at different things. And even when they answer these questions that I think this is at San Diego Comic-Con, people were still not able to actually play it. That's not uncommon. I don't think they're like hiding it from people, but like early next year, mid next year, whenever the marketing really starts to go, I think you'll start to see the IGNs of the world, right? They'll be able to get their hands on it, and then we'll start to see how the game really is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to check out my other links in the description to my other YouTube channels, to our Twitter, to our Discord, again, all the links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.